All right, everybody, it's your boy Genius out here at the range. Just got done shooting the Ruger LCRX with some pretty hot 357 in it, and I got a little sugar shake. Anyway, not gonna let that be an excuse for anything today. Got the Kimber 2K11 stainless target OR back out at the range again, and I invite you to go over and check out all the videos I have up on it. I think I did a couple of shorts, then I did a video how to mount the Optic plate. And then, of course, we just done, some shooting videos, steel, aluminum, 124, 115, 147, plus P plus, plus P, jacketed hollow point 115. I mean, I've threw everything at it that I have at my disposal, and it's ate everything, not had one single malfunction to speak of, none. And the gun has not been cleaned. And to this point right now, it's had 533 rounds, I believe is what it is. And then I had 517, and then I put 33 rounds through it, zeroing the Optic, because I had taken this Optic off actually and put it on another gun, and because I didn't want to buy another Optic just for review's sake. And then I put it back on here. So I put about 33 rounds through it off camera. That was off camera, but either way, it got it out to 550 rounds, and I got 111 rounds loaded up here. I have two 17 round mags of 115. I have a 17 round of 124. I have a 20 round of MagTech steel. I have a 20 round of 147 jacketed hollow point Winchester, and I have a 20 round of 115 plus P. I'm not sure the brand on that. So either way, it's 111, and what I say, 550. My math is horrible, sorry. 111 plus 550. So it'd be 661 rounds through it today. If it goes off without a hitch, there would have been no problem functionally with the gun. Before I get into this video too deeply, as always, want to invite you to know Jesus Christ as your Savior. I don't share the gospel message on this channel. I may at some point in a different video or something just go through the full deal. It won't get a whole lot of views, so I just invite people to go over to gsquaredtactical@gmail.com or reach out to me in the comment section. A whole lot more private place that we can have a conversation. If you think it's a fairy tale, well, listen, you hear fairy tales all the time, but you still listen to them. Let me share the good news of the gospel of Jesus Christ. Make sure you know where you're going to go. If you were to pass on today, the most important decision you'll make today is the day of salvation. So, no problems with the gun. And I want to address something that someone said in the comment section. You could tell just by how much he continually kept repeating himself and then saying so much. That's what how he was typing it up, that he just has some genuine hate for Kimber that might stem from something long ago. But he was talking about how sloppy the gun was, how I'm assuming he's talking about frame to slide to frame fit. Okay, this is what I'm going to say about that, all right? Kimbers in the past, dude, I could barely rack the slide, okay? They were so tight, I could barely rack the slide. This one is super smooth. Something I've said from the beginning, something my wife also said. But side to side, moving this thing from side to side, in comparison to Kimbers of the past, it's got a tiny bit of movement. No worse, no better than any other 1911 or 2011 in recent history that I've reviewed. It is a nice finish. I mean, I'm sorry, a nice fitment, okay? And this guy's probably a Glock guy, and they're the sloppiest. We call them sloppy Glocks around here, and it's probably just perfectly fine with that. What is beef? But the fitment is good. That's all I'm trying to say. I won't harp too much on that. However, and you will want to stay tuned to the end of this video, okay? Watch the whole video. It helps us out a ton. We need you to do that, okay? Don't fast forward to the end of the video. We did run into a little bit of a problem I'm going to speak about right fast. But before I do that, check us out on Patreon, please. People ask us all the time, review this, compare these. And I feel so bad because I can't always do that, because I've either sold the guns because I need the money to buy more guns or more ammo, or I just simply don't have the gun and I don't want to run out and buy it because sometimes it's an $800-900 gun. And I feel bad about that because I want to review the guns for the people, all right? So $5-10 a month, you can cancel anytime. Every bit of that has to. It's not a matter of will it. It has to go back into the channel to sustain it. You can go to the website at gsquaredtactical.com. You can click on the 3 lines in the corner, pick a tier. If you want to pay the suggested price in the tier, that's fine. If not, you can wipe it out and put in what you do want to pay, one-time donation, and every bit of it goes back into the channel, and every bit of it helps support the folks that support us. And also, you can do super things. If you can't do any of that, go ahead right now, hit the thumbs up, be sure to subscribe, because that helps out a ton as well. All right, so I invite you to go over, check out all the videos I have up on this. I did a video where I mounted the Optic plate, torqued it to 20-inch pound per manufacturer's instructions, and I put the SRO on here, not in the video though, it's pretty self-explanatory. And I torqued it to 15-inch pound as per manufacturer instructions. Okay, now I put whatever it was, 400 rounds, 450, whatever it was, through the gun. And in the last video I done before I brought my wife out here, I shot about 10 rounds of plus P plus through the gun. And I said, is this gun rated for plus P plus? I don't know, okay? But we're gonna find out, and I don't care. That's what I said, literally what I said. Shot it all, it went off without a hitch. I put it back in the bag, that was that, game over. Went to the house, and we came back out to the range with my wife, and she shot it first. And as she was shooting a good, nice, tight cluster, but it was up to the left. And I kind of was making a little jab at her about it. We shut the camera off, started to reload when I noticed that the optic was loose, okay? So I was like, dang. So I torqued it on the left side to 15-inch pounds. I started to torque the right side, and it just, you could tell that it was not going to reach a place of stoppage and torque to 15 pounds, so I stopped. We finished out the video, and everything was fine. It did fine, everything was great. Got it home, was inspecting it a little bit, and I realized that it had loosened up again. Not as much, but it had loosened up. All right, I torqued the left side to 15-inch pounds, again, as per instruction. The only thing I did not do was put Loctite on it, but that's because there was Loctite already on the threads of the screws. But I did this time. But anyway, I tried torquing this one, and what I realized is the T-nut that comes through the plate that's provided by C&H had essentially just sheared, it had basically just sheared off around the screw, okay? So when I loosened the left side, the whole optic came up off of it. You could see the piece of the T-nut that was still attached to the screw. So I reached out to Kimber, asked them to send me another one. They sent me another one. I got the other plate and T-nuts and everything. Now, I will say this. The T-nuts look different on the new plate than they did on the old one. On the old one, they were real shiny, almost like a shiny polished aluminum almost. And on the one they sent me as a replacement, it almost looked gray, like a stealth gray almost. Something looked different about the T-nuts, okay? So I put them on there, and this time I did what I did not do, the unpardonable sin. I put witness marks on this one with a gray marker. I'm sorry, a gold marker, as I typically do, as you always should. And I put about 33 rounds through it, as I already mentioned, getting it out to 115. I got 111 here. It hasn't moved yet, okay? I don't know if me putting the plus P plus through it done that. I can't, again, it's nothing with the gun. This is an aftermarket plate system that they get from C&H. That's not an excuse. If it is a problem, which I don't know that it is, then again, like I said with Smith & Wesson, their sights breaking from night fusion or whatever, hey, that's on them. They get it from them. They got to hold their feet to the fire. Now, could have totally been me because I did put plus P plus through the gun. I just don't know, but I plan to find out, okay? Again, gun's been flawless. I'm gonna hurry up as fast as I can, put these 111 rounds through the gun, and I'm gonna look at my witness marks and see if it has moved any at all. I do have, like I said, I do have 20 rounds of 115 grain plus P in here, so I do plan to shoot a little bit of that, and we'll see if it loosens up and if it's a ongoing problem or it's something that Gene caused, okay? That's what I plan to find out. So I'm just gonna, again, put these through there as fast as I can. Right now I have, like I said, the 115 grain, 2 magazines of that loaded up, ready to go. Then I'll do the 124 and we'll take a look at this and see if there's an issue with the Optic mounting system, because I done everything like I was supposed to this time. I even put Loctite on it, even though it already had it on the screw. Just a fun gun to shoot. So that's 2 magazines of 115. Looking at my witness marks, it has not moved at all as of yet. So let's move up to the 17 round of 124, see where we're at with that. Okay, it hasn't moved yet, still on there. 124, we're gonna bump up to my MagTech steel here, 20 rounds of my MagTech steel. As you can see, steel case. Some of the same stuff I put through it before. This is with the Kimber 20 round magazine, steel case. Other than the sparklers that was going down range, no issues. Screws have not moved, still in the same spot. Okay. So now I have my 115 plus P. 150. No, I'm sorry. That's not right. This is my 115. No, my 147. So this is my 147, 20 rounds of 147 Winchester jacketed hollow point. Got to get that right. All right, so there's a big difference when I zeroed it with 115 grain and then you're shooting 147. Sometimes that hits at a different spot, but so far so good. It has not moved. I'm very OCD, so I stare at it for a long time. So now I have my 115, I'm sorry, yes, 115 plus P loaded up, 20 rounds of that. So this is the one that I really want to see if anything moves around at all. It's dead where I left it. So hopefully it was me that caused the problem, and it's not really a problem. I love this gun too much for there to be an issue with the mounting system. That hits hard. Well, I definitely felt that plus P there. Let's see. I mean, nobody's going to give their gun a steady diet of that anyway. So it's dead where I left it. So I'm gonna take a picture of this. I took a before picture. I'm gonna take an after picture just so you can see. And it hasn't moved, so I don't know. I'm going to keep shooting this gun. Like I said, that is 661, I believe it is how many rounds I've put through it. Is 661 straight out the box without anything, no cleaning. Did have that little issue, but I could have caused that. It could have been my fault. Now, the reason I said stay tuned to the end of the video, because I'm going to divulge something that I have not up until this point. And I'm going to tell you the reason I haven't is because I did not want people to discredit my experience or my review. But I also wanted you to know and see before I said anything that I don't care if someone sends me a gun or not. If something happens to it, if something fails, I'm going to mention it. If I never receive anything from them again, that is perfectly okay, because I started this channel to hold people's feet to the fire. Some time ago, as you know, I bought the original R7 Mako. I low-key didn't say a whole lot about it because people hated on that thing so much, and they hated on Kimber. And I was one of those that hated on Kimber in the past as well. And so I low-key just loved the thing, okay? Never malfunctioned. It shot great, super accurate, as all Kimbers are in the past if they worked, okay? But I was just low-key about it because people hated on it, and they hated on Kimber. But then they came out with the R7 Carbon Compact, the Mako Carbon Compact, and I couldn't stay quiet about it. I loved that gun. I put, I think to date, about 1,500 rounds through it. 100% flawless, okay? And I had a KHX prior to that, maybe 6-8 months prior to that, also completely flawless. So it was a trend that was beginning that was nothing like anything that I experienced with Kimber in the past, okay? I can assure you of that. So what happened is someone reached out to me one day and said, hey, did you know your video on the Carbon Compact is on Kimber's website? I said, no, I did not know that. So I reached out to him about it, not in a hateful, I wasn't mad about it. I just reached out and said, hey man, appreciate you putting my video on your website. They said, well, let me send you a care package. So they sent me some magazines, a carrying case and stuff for the R7, a little hat or something like that. Just, you know, some little goodies, I guess you could say. So I took the opportunity to say, hey, would you consider sending me any firearms? And up until now, they have not, okay? They didn't send anything. They was, you know, kind of, you know, a little bit of a reluctancy, if you will. So when this came out, I seen it in one of my local FFLs. I thought, you know, the answer to every question you don't ask is no, so I'm going to ask. I asked, and they graciously did send me this gun. Kimber did send me this gun. I did not divulge that in the beginning because I did not want you to discredit my review on this gun, because I don't care. God knows, my hand to God, I don't care if someone sends me a gun. If it fails, I'm even more so going to say it. You hear me? Somebody sends me a gun that fails, I'm going to talk louder about it, okay, than I would if I bought it with my own money. The gun has been beautiful and flawless, and it is beautiful. My wife, as my wife says, that is a sexy, sexy gun, okay? Everything about it has been completely flawless. However, something did happen to the optic mounting plate. I can't say that it was me, but I suspect it probably was. I just put, counting the 33 I put through it before that 111. So what's 111 plus 33 is 144 rounds since I put these witness marks on here, and it has not moved. Neither one of the screws has moved. So I'm going to say that it was me. I searched around online. I haven't seen any other complaints that anyone's made concerning that. So it was probably me, but I'm going to keep shooting this gun because at this point, 661 rounds, I honestly just want to see how many it'll go without oil, without cleaning, because I just feel like Kimber needs to live up to that kind of standard. I really do, because I've had issues with them in the past. I've had failures with them in the past, and it seems as though they've turned the corner and doing a lot better. So we shall see. I'm going to keep running this thing. If we have any failures, and hey, listen, at this point, if it starts to get sluggish or not wanting to feed or something, I'm not going to beat it over the head. All my other 2011s I cleaned before 400 or 500 rounds. I just want to see how long it'll run before it needs to be cleaned, okay? Thanks so much for watching. Consider the platforms already mentioned on this beautiful day that God has made. To God only be the glory.